Tensions with Iran are heating up right now. There are reports of a deadly stampede during the giant funeral procession, with millions of mourners grieving for the slain Iranian general. At least 40 people were killed and another 213 people were injured in the stampede. Meantime, the U.S. military, in a huge show of force, launched 52 fully armed stealth fighter jets from a base in Utah in what's called an elephant walk. Each jet took off one after the other. That's a total of $4.2 billion worth of U.S. military machinery. So obviously tensions are really high right now for very good reasons. A lot of Americans are concerned about what's going to happen next. How are you guys feeling about, one, the strike as well as what the uncertainty is?
For me, personally, I hope this is just kind of a protection, a precautionary measure. You know, we're kind of, if something does happen, we're prepared for it. You know, I hope this is what's going on right now. I don't know what's happening. I think a lot of people are assuming they know what's happening, but really the government is taking care of this. We don't know what's really going on. So I'd rather be safe than sorry in the end. Hopefully nothing goes down where everyone's hashtagging World War III, and I just hope, I don't want to see that, and I don't think anyone in America wants to see that.
And I think before we start jumping into this fear thing, the 52 jets went up, but it was a pre-planned exercise they were running through. There's 78 of them total, so only 52 went out and flew. And I think we're just showing Iran that we're standing strong. You know, we already made the decision to kill Soleimani, so that's a done deal. And now it's kind of like either we can get them to come to the table and have a conversation with us on how we'll move forward and maybe come to an agreement, or, you know, the worst will happen. And everyone is hoping. I got some context saying, yes, we'll fight Iran. We killed somebody who has been doing damage to our country, providing weapons, killing our forces. But I now sit there and talk to some of my coworkers like Jure, who have a sister who might go and be one of these people fighting, and I have some perspective on pump the brakes. War is not the first thing that we want to do, so nobody wants to really see this progress to the level that it possibly could.
And Lindsay, I think you speak for a lot of Americans now in terms of we're not seeing what we saw with the first Desert Storm, where it appeared like the anchors were almost like staring. Remember those lime green images we got of the bombs, and
right.
I think it was Brian Williams that was almost like was literally almost having an orgasm talking about how beautiful I don't see that now. I see a lot of people that have now seen the repercussions of war. When we say bomb them, send our troops, we forget those troops are coming home. And we forget that we have to set up, they now have a life to lead after the horrors that they've seen. So I do think a lot more people like you, Lindsay, where no matter what happens, I don't see the warmongering that we've seen in the past. And I hope that our government follows the lead of its constituencies, that we do not want this.
Right, and I'm glad that you brought up Jure's sister, because there are a lot of Americans who have sacrificed their loved ones and are not with their loved ones, and we need to keep them in mind, especially when we're talking about politics. It's not about the politics at that point, it's about the people, and we just want to keep our people safe.